Hello, welcome to Celestial Waters. My name is Debbie if you're new here, so we're going to hop right into it. This is going to be a pick a card reading of how mischievous is your little one going to be. Because I was feeling this very mischievous energy around me. I could feel like pixie energy around me, very elemental, but also this whimsical energy. And obviously when it comes to pixies, they're here to remind us of us connecting back to our wonder and believing in magic again. But a lot of you guys, you could be noticing that the lights are flickering around you. I just got a light that was flickering. Maybe it just happened for someone. The color orange is coming through is very significant. And you may be coming across images of pixies, of elves, that sort of thing, like mythological creatures connected to the elemental realm. You could be seeing these photos everywhere when you're going on like social media or when you're out and about. And some of you guys, you could have children already. Maybe you're around children, you could work with children, and maybe a lot of them have like suddenly felt drawn to playing with, like, you know, the little troll type dolls, but also like pixie looking elf dolls where they have like the bigger ears is what is coming through is significant, or they could be drawing them is what is coming through there. So we're going to hop right into the piles. So these cards here, I'm going to be using all of these cards in all of the piles, but each pile is going to have its own separate oracle deck. So you're going to choose with the oracle deck and also a crystal egg. So for pile 1, you have here this beautiful orange, also looks kind of pink looking egg here. Don't ask me what crystals they are because I'm not sure. So this is for pile 1. And then this is your oracle deck. It's the Sacred Destiny oracle deck. So that's the back of the oracle deck. And then for pile 2, this is your egg here. It's a green and black striped egg. So that's your egg. And then you have the dream reading card. So this is the back of the cards here. And then for pile 3, you have this, it's got like a bluey hue to it, blue, grey and white. I know it kind of looks green on the camera. So that's your egg there. And then your deck is the Sacred Medicine Oracle, so that's the back of your deck there. So pause the video if you need to, tune in and choose your pile, but we're going to hop right into it, so I will see you at your pile. Okay, pile 1, those of you that chose this orange pinky egg here, we're going to hop right into your reading. Spirit, do you want to start with the oracle deck? No, they want to start with the cards. But for pile 1, when I was tapping in and tuning into your energy, I was seeing the cats from the Aristocats, and I was hearing, I am Siamese, if you please. But then I started to see that cat that everybody's using on TikTok that's become like this trend, and it's singing, and it's like, move! Bitch, get out the way, get out the way. So with this spirit baby coming through, yes, they're going to be mischievous in terms of what comes out of their mouth. So they're going to be saying naughty words, particularly swear words. Their first word for this pile for a lot of you, or one of the first words, could be a swear word. So you or your partner, you're going to need to be careful of you like swearing around them. And they're going to think it's hilarious because they're watching the reaction of somebody else. So the first time this child swears, it's going to be you, your partner, or a grandparent, auntie or uncle. It's an adult. Most certainly an adult around them is going to burst out laughing, and they're going to look and be like, oh, this makes people laugh. I'm going to do this again and again and again and again. It's what is coming through. So with this power is coming through the throat chakra, they're going to be mischievous there with their words. So we have here, this spirit baby is coming through for a single dad. You've got this, lad. Sometimes life doesn't go to plan. The three amigos, we've always got each other's backs. Although mummy leaving was very sad, God replaces what he removes. There'll be a stepmummy in our lives soon. It won't be all doom and gloom. On the up and up, she's full of unconditional love. Keep the belief. She arrives with a divine relief. When my older sibling loses his first set of teeth. So I could be tuning into those of you who are single parents is what is coming through here. And you're about to be meeting that person where you're going to become a blended family, or you're going to have more like biological children with this person. I'm also hearing adoption and fostering, so maybe you've been thinking about that in your future as well. Some of you guys could do that, become like a foster home once your children have grown up is what is coming through, because you love having a full house. You love having a lot of colour. I'm getting colour within your home, warmth, noise. You love it. A lot of you have always dreamed of this, of having a big home, but most certainly at the moment some of you guys could well be single. And then we also have here Grandma's house, dream catchers and tapestry on the walls. She has a photo next to Niagara Falls and gets uneasy when I stand on her garden walls. The great US of A loves talking about the good old days and how they shaped her in old age. As bright as a button, tells me to watch out for that sin called glutton. You take what you need and that's enough. No human needs to ever feel stuffed. Everything in moderation. She'll be pulling me away from that PlayStation. Go play in the real world. Breathe in fresh air. Let down your hair. This online stuff is getting the young ones into a bit of a muck. It could be a grandparent, like grandma of this child, who's going to laugh or giggle whenever they say a bad word or they're rude. And you could be looking at this grandparent like, are you for real? When I used to swear, I used to get beat, I used to get whipped. They're going to be so soft when it comes to this spirit baby. And you'll look at them giving dirty looks like, what? I did not get away with this, is what is coming through here. And they could pretend to chase your child around the house and pretend that they're going to hit them and discipline them. And they're both there giggling because they know, like, the child knows they're not going to get disciplined. They have, like, they're an apple of the eye when it comes to this grandparent, is what is coming through. A lot of you guys most certainly could be from the US. Or you have links to the US is what is coming through. You could have immigrant parents. So wherever you were born and raised, it's like your parents weren't born and raised there for some of you. So I'm hearing an accent that is different to yours from your parents. Thank you. We have here sunshine and blue sky, surprisingly during rainy season. In a past life I committed treason. My soul is a natural healer, not a wheeler dealer. Nothing criminal about me, but that's what they wanted others to see. Instead of my golden light, Mummy, Daddy, will you help me speak my mind? Past life regression will help speed up life lessons. We are not born a clean slate. In this lifetime, letting go is my aim. Yeah, they're going to be very quick with their tongue. Very quick-witted is what is coming through. They're going to be funny. They could even, like, be a stand-up comedian within your home, like when they're growing up. They'll be able to string a sentence together at a very, very early age is what is coming through. So they'll be using bad words in the right context. Content, which is going to irritate you even more. I'm telling you, there's a grandparent who's going to be, like, on their side and think it's hilarious and it's going to bug some of you. You may even need to take this grandparent to the side and be like, yo, like, no. We can't be teaching my child to be rude or to be swearing in case they repeat this outside of the house. What else needs to be coming through for pile 1? We have community. You may be seeing rainbows everywhere right before this child is conceived or right before they're due to be given birth. You may well be seeing butterflies everywhere. Some of you guys could be having a multiple birth. I heard unlucky. Unlucky, mate. So that sounds more like a group of like men who are like sitting around, and then you find out that you're having multiples, and you're telling these boys that like, oh, 2 at once, 3 at once. Unlucky is what is coming through there. But again, like this child could get their quick-wittedness from a masculine, from a man within the family. This could be your partner, or it could be a brother of yours, is what is coming through, is very significant. Even like a dad, so it will be this child's granddad. But you could be seeing white butterflies everywhere. They're very, very intelligent in how like they put stories together. They put words together. They're going to make up their own jokes is what is coming through with this pile here. What else, Spirit? They bring a lot of joy and a lot of light to people's lives. So the things that they say, again, the throat chakra is very significant. So you could be seeing the colour blue everywhere with this pile. What else, Spirit? And I reckon this child is going to grow up to be very, very tall because they're pointing to the trees. They're pointing to the tree trunks. You or your partner yourselves could be very tall. Or maybe you're the opposite and you're not going to know where it comes from. But a lot of them are going to be very, very tall. We have openness. Yeah, they're very, very open. They're very expressive. And they're not afraid to be confident and stand in their authentic selves. They've got that it energy, that star factor is what it is. I keep being shown a comedian like on stage. For a lot of them, that could be their purpose. Or they're just not going to be afraid to speak in a large group of people. And you're going to notice this about them from a very, very young age. What else, Spirit? Can we get some more on the Spirit babies of pile 1? A lot of you guys could watch a lot of like stand-up comedy shows. We have Holy Amethyst, Define Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. Divine alchemy. I didn't pronounce it properly, the Spirit baby said. For some of you guys, they could even have like a lisp or a twang. So maybe that's why there is a focus on the throat chakra. Maybe they're even taken to like speech therapy to help teach them to pronounce their words properly at a very, very young age. They may need assistance when it comes to their speech, but it's like it's going to pay off very, very quickly. But even like the little twang or the lisp that they may have is very, very endearing. It's very, very cute. It goes with their voice. There's something about how it goes with their voice. It goes with their accent. We have Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. They have a lot of colour about them, a lot of joy. Very, very powerful soul. Very uplifting to be around. And it's like the class clown, but they know when to quit. They know when to stop. So they're not going to push and push and push and push to the point where they're going to get kicked out, to the point where they're constantly going to be on the naughty step and being shown. I told them on the naughty step. They know when they've done something wrong, and they'll stop. Because there's something about them they don't like getting told off. They don't like being in trouble. They're a rebel at heart, obviously, so they don't like being told what to do. So when they know when they push people too far, they're going to have to get disciplined. There's going to be repercussions. They don't like that. So they'd go right up to the line. And they won't push any further, what is coming through there. Some of you guys could have a Lord Ganesh or like a Buddha statues within your home. I'm also being shown a cross coming through. So some of you guys could be Christian. Maybe you were raised in a Christian household. So this could even be like your parents' house. One more card, please. This one. We have El Moya, Awakening Presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Yeah, the colour blue was coming through is very, very significant. So that's the Archangel Michael energy coming through. Also, Archangel Raphael is also connected to the throat chakra. But this spirit baby is coming through to remind people of the fact that you don't always have to bite your tongue. You don't always have to keep things in. Like, speak your mind respectfully, but speak your mind. People will love you more for this. People will be more open to you more for this. Because this is the thing. It's like, you know, when you need to be telling somebody the truth and you know they're not going to want to hear it, but you're doing it out of love. It's that. Like, this is who this soul is. This is who they're going to grow up to be. They would pull their friends to the side and be like, yo, you can't do that. And they know that this may irritate their friend, but they're going to hold people accountable for their actions and things that they do. They're actually very, very mature, but at the same time a class clown is what is coming through. What else, Spirit? Yeah, Aristocats, I'm seeing it again. So that cartoon could be significant. Child, nature. They're very tapped into the elemental realm, to who they are. They may prefer to be around animals at a certain age. They look like, to me, 6 or 7. They may take a liking more to the animal kingdom, to be around any pets that you have, asking you if they can visit the zoo or visit the farmers, what is coming through, but this is at a certain age. And they could tell you that they see pixies, they see fairies, they see things like this. They may be drawn to programs and cartoons that are connected to mythology, to do with the elemental realm, to do with Mother Earth. Some of you guys could have connections to Cornwall in the UK, or maybe you've always wanted to visit there. This could also be coming from this child's soul. We have mystic. So they see. Yeah, they'll most definitely be telling you about past lives as well. It's going to be this kind of soul. They know how to express what they're seeing when it comes to their sight, when it comes to their clairvoyance. So you're not going to be there left scared or left like, oh, what the hell are they talking about? It's going to be very, very clear what they are saying. Again, look at the stars. You could be seeing stars everywhere. They have this it factor, this star energy. And they know it. They know this about them. It's like that child that knows that they're cute and they get away with things. That's this child. We have thief. Yeah, they're going to be stealing people's hearts. Even though they may be like a little shit, they're going to be stealing people's hearts. You guys could have been the same way inclined. For a lot of you, it's going to be the man. The father in the connection was this way inclined and knew he gets away with it. And maybe this is the dynamic of your connection. Like a cheekiness, like teasing. A lot of teasing and cheekiness is coming through. You could be seeing hearts everywhere you go. What else, Spirit? Thank you. We have Saboteur. So this is what it's going to seem like to a lot of people. They're a saboteur. And that something like that came out in one of the poems, didn't it? In a past life, I committed treason. My soul is a natural healer, not a wheeler dealer. Nothing criminal about me. So people may get this child wrong as they're growing up because they're quick with their tongue. Because they'll be quick to point out adults as well. If they see an adult doing something they shouldn't be doing, they're going to call them out on it. This can even be like an adult who's like going over to the kitchen while the food's being cooked and they keep picking at it. When you're not looking, let's say if you're the one doing the cooking, this child will come along and be like, it's not dinner time yet. Like that sort of thing is what is coming through. But they're going to be like very, very cheeky. What else, Spirit? I want to get some tarot for you. You may be seeing hot air balloons everywhere. Some of you guys could be feeling very drawn to wearing the colour green. 8 of Pentacles. They have a very powerful sight. Very, very tapped in. So sometimes they're going to be saying things I feel like I want to say sometimes. Again, there's like, they could be tongue-tied for some of them. But there's something about, well, they'll have a speech impediment or just like a little lisp, something like that. But it's going to be sorted out very early on. But some of them you could realise when they start talking, maybe that they're a bit tongue-tied. Because some of the words they pronounce is going to be different to you and like other children around them. But again, very, very tapped in. They could be very drawn to fire, so you may have to be careful when you're lighting like if you've got candles in your home. If some of you guys burn incense or you use Palo Santo, they're going to be watching you when you do it. Because they're seeing in the spirit, they're seeing in the energy field what it's clearing. They have a very, very powerful third eye. I feel like another one flipped over. Nope. We have death and rebirth. Yeah. There comes to be this energy. They hold this energy of death and rebirth. They lead people to this brighter horizons, back to themselves, back to the sun. They are not afraid to be themselves. I keep hearing it. Not afraid to be themselves at all. We have here the Four of Cups. If any of you guys are a bit more shy or introverted, this child's going to be bringing you out of your shell. And for some of you at times, you're like, oh my God, why do they keep going up to people? Why do they go up to everyone that has like a dog and start conversations? There's going to be that child who's going to be waving at everyone when you're in the supermarket, that sort of thing. And for those of you that are more like closed off or introverted, at first you may be a bit like, just keep to yourself. Stop waving at people. But they're going to do it because they're meant to come here and pull you out of your shell more. What else, Spirit? Some of you guys could have been trying to conceive for 4 years. Or you could have been single. For those of you that are single parents, you could have been single for 3 or 4 years. What else, Spirit? This spirit baby, they're going to remind you of a grandparent. So one that has passed over for a lot of you. They're going to remind you of this grandparent. They could have very, very similar personality traits. 8 of Wands movement. They're a spark for sure. They ignite people. They're going to ignite you and your partner. They're a spark for sure. Like when they enter the room, this is the energy. Fireworks. They may cause a lot of fireworks at the sun at the bottom of the deck, yeah. They could cause a lot of fireworks within your home. Because of stuff that comes out of their mouth. We have the Magician. Yeah, they're an alchemist, a magician. You may be seeing the infinity symbol everywhere. But again, sometimes when they're speaking, they're not just speaking, they're channeling. They're saying things that your ancestors and your spiritual court are saying. And you know full well, for some, they're going to say something that you know full well. This was your passed over parent. This was your passed over grandfather or grandma. You're going to know as soon as they say it. Very, very tapped in. One more card. Okay. We have 3. And I heard like, it's like one of you saying, okay, enough is enough. And the child's like, okay. So again, they're not going to push too much. They know when to stop when they are being mischievous, when they are being cheeky. We have the Star that's flown out with the King of Swords and the High Priestess. So there's that confirmation of how tapped in they are, of a powerful clairvoyance that they have. They're also going to have very, very strong boundaries. Like I'm being shown children knocking at the door and asking them if they want to come out and play. If they don't want to come out and play, they won't give in to peer pressure. Like sometimes when I was a child, like some of the kids down my street, my neighbours would come and knock on the door and be like, Demi said she was going to come out and play. And my mum would come upstairs and be like, oh, your friend's at the door, you want to go down? But then I would have to go down and talk to them. I'd be like, come on, come out, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And sometimes I wasn't feeling it, but I would still go out and play. This child, they're not going to be doing that sort of thing. They've got very strong boundaries, and no is a no. They say no, they're not doing it. You may be seeing owls everywhere. And also have a crow on that card there. Some of you guys, your initial, your first name or your surname could start with an M. Or this spirit baby, you could have like a certain names on your baby's list and it could start with an M as what is coming through is significant. Also a P and a C and an I. You may well be seeing the crescent moon, but this is their wisdom. Let's get you an orb for this pile. So can we get an orb for pile 1? Thanking you. We have Jesus. Archangels Chamuel, Gabriel, Raphael, Michael, Uriel, Metatron. Can't even pronounce that one. Buttigiel, Saint Germain, El Moya, Lord Cthulhu, Lord Maitreya, Melzadek, Hilarion, Paul the Veterinarian, Doal Kor, Surfius Bay, Lanto, Commander Ashtar. What the heck? That's like the whole tribe. Look at that all. That's the rainbow again. So the rainbow was coming out as significant. I had it on like literally the first card. You got the rainbow here. So with this pile, you most certainly will be seeing rainbows. That's a sign from your spirit baby. But also on the Four of Cups. You see in the cup here, you see the rainbow that's coming out. So you will be seeing rainbows when they're conceived, around the time they're conceived, and then leading up to their birth. But the whole tribe, they're very, very tapped in. They've got a lot of powerful spirit guides and ancestors that walk with them. The in-betweeners is coming through is significant. It's a British TV programme about this group of lads. But that show is coming through as significant, and they're all like very, very cheeky and often say the wrong things. But they're particularly pointing to the character called Will, who's like new when he first joins the school, and he's got a massive badge. I believe it says new, but he has this massive badge that he's wearing, and everyone's like walking around, and when they see it, they're taking the piss out of him. But that is coming through as significant. What else, Spirit? We have here soul. They're coming to remind people of their soul and to be yourself. Be all of your colours. Don't hide parts of yourself. Don't repress yourself. Because people aren't open to that. Or the right people aren't open to that. It's always going to be the wrong people, the abusers, those who want to see you down and out, those who want to see you broken, will be okay with you not being yourself. The right people who are part of your soul's tribe, they want to see you shine. It's a very, very powerful child, again, with the rainbow. So you'll be seeing a lot of colour everywhere when it comes to this child. But the mischievousness in this pile is connected to their words and to their throat. They're very funny. Let's just get some spirit baby signs that you could be seeing. Jeez. We have the lying. So Leo season could be significant. We have symptoms. You could be experiencing pregnancy symptoms. So those of you that are women before you're even pregnant. Like I'm feeling like a pressure down in my bum, and women feel that when they are in labour. We got hearts, so you got hearts again. And then you also have here TV commercials. So you may be seeing certain TV commercials connected to like baby things. You're like, why do these keep popping up? We have daydreams. So this is connected to the visions, the imagination that this child has, the clairvoyance, the sight. Because when they're coming around you, this is going to influence your third eye to be activating even more. And you've got lightning. So this can be, it's like thunder and lightning on the day they're conceived or born. Or you're noticing how like the lights within your home are flashing like that. I just want to get one card from this deck here. We have Conquering Fear, start today. This is what they're coming here to teach people. Why are you so afraid to say what you really want to say? Why are you so afraid to say no? This is what they're coming to teach people. Because you can put people in their place and you can do it respectfully. I mean, sometimes you will need to tell people to fuck off. But you can tell the truth and you do it respectfully. You may be seeing the number 17 everywhere. 7 1s and 7s. 7 17, 17 17. 777 is also coming through. Some of you guys could be seeing angel wings, finding feathers everywhere. But this soul, very, very powerful. I feel like before they've come through a few times for you, they've been your guardian angel. And maybe for some of you guys, they've given you a little kick up the bum to be using your throat and to be putting up those stern boundaries when you needed to. We have New Dawn at the bottom of the deck. Welcome back. They are leading people back home to themselves, to the sun. That's all the messages coming through for pile 1. I do hope that resonated with somebody out there. If you want a personal spirit baby reading, my information is in the description below. But I'll see you in another video. Right, pile 2, we're going to hop right into a reading. So those of you that chose this green egg here and the Dreams Oracle deck, we're going to start with spirit baby poems. But what I'm getting from this pile, some of you guys could be from Jamaica, Canada or Amsterdam, where a certain herb is legal. Yeah, I don't know if I can say the word on here. W-E-E-D. That word is coming through. They're saying the reefer as well. This child is going to be mischievous in that way, is what is coming through significantly. I'm being shown brownies. So maybe when they're older, they're gonna like this herb. But this could also be coming from you or grandparents. For some of you, there's a message of you need to be keeping it locked away or hidden, because they could like find it when they're a toddler and be like, what's this? It's what's coming through. It's very, very significant for this pile. But you could be coming from those countries. But how this child is going to be mischievous, they're going to be very, very open to exploring what this earthly realm has to offer when it comes to its pleasures, particularly with food. So when it comes to food as well, if you're not a sharer, if you're a foodie, because I'm being shown like, you know, Joey from Friends, and somebody like tries to take his food or reach for his food, he smacks the hand away. He's like, Joey doesn't share food. That's coming through is very, very significant. So this child is not going to want to share their food. But if you've got a treat, particularly chocolate, or again, they keep showing me brownies, cake, that sort of thing, they're going to love it. If you've got a sweet treat, they're going to be like, what's mine is yours, or what's yours is mine. Like, you're going to have to share it. It's what is coming through here. Whoa. So we have here, ribbit, ribbit went the tiny frog as he hopped along and over a log. Don't look, mum, it might make you sick. Many textures and smells are being repelled. I know you don't like slime, but I will once earthside. It's fun and gooey, stretchy too. I'll also enjoy throwing things in the loo. You want to scream and shout, but instead you'll laugh it out. No one can stay mad at my cute face. At least that's what Auntie says. And I'm hearing like reggae playing in the background. So you guys could have like a lot of reggae dance hall that you leave on in the background, particularly if you're clearing or if you're cooking when you're in the kitchen making food. Food is coming through is very, very significant for this spirit baby, for this pile. You guys may be seeing frogs everywhere, which are connected to fertility. But again, you're going to have to be quick with hiding your treats. And I saw a reel this morning on TikTok. And it's basically about this child who had like snuck into her mum's room at like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. And her mum has woke up because she's heard rustling. And the baby's just there sitting on the floor eating all of these custard creams. They ripped open the whole pack. They were like going, yummy. Like this child is going to be, they're going to be mischievous in that way. Particularly when it comes to food. What else, Spirit? We have funfair, funfair. I love rides and winning a prize. Look out for bowling pins. Mummy, daddy, you need fun dates. I've been sending hints your way. Go out, be active and play. Some great news soon to celebrate. The great news to celebrate will be the conception of this child. But instantly when I saw this poem, I was being shown a toffee apple. So you guys could go to a lot of fun fairs. Maybe there's one that's always on around where you live. You could live in like a tourist destination. For others of you around the holiday season, something significant about like Christmas food markets. You could go to a food market and maybe some of you guys will get a toffee apple. But in the future, when this child is here earthside, they're going to like treats like that, sweet treats. But it's also mixed with like a savoury, like a salty. So they're going to like cakes and biscuits, that sort of thing. They could like popcorn that's both sweet and salty. That sort of thing is what is coming through. They're going to be mischievous in terms of stealing your food. Like as soon as this baby can put their head up and grab things, they're going to be grabbing at your food, your drinks, whatever it is that you're trying to put in your mouth. It can also be that kind of baby that tries to dig and get the food out of your mouth. We have here lions, lions everywhere, wild eyes with a warm glare, and a crazy mane of hair. My spirit will be mellow, but there's a fire in my heart. Powerful one, very connected to the sun. I'm likely to be born in July or August. Summer baby, don't you try and tame me. You may certainly going to try and tame this baby, but it's not going to work. July and August could be when they're conceived or when they are due. And then you've got Leo season coming through there. I'm also hearing Cancer. We have mummy's physical twin with a bit of daddy thrown in. Avatar vibes. My eyes are rather wide, but not doe-eyed. There's nothing naive about me. I see, I know, I believe in Earth's many mysteries. Archaeology is cool. That may be what I do. I love to dig and bury things. Keep an eye on your purse and keys. Oh, that reminds me. Hide and seek, little Bo Peep. I'll point and wave every time I see sheep. Toy Story is one of my favourites. Promise we'll watch it someday. Some of you guys could feel this nostalgia in terms of what you used to watch when you were a child. You could have grown up in the 80s and the 90s is what is coming through. They're showing me like they're showing me a cassette first. So you know when you would listen to music on and you would have to like wire up the black stuff that came out of it is coming through is significant. For others of you, it's actual video. You know, the videos you would put into the TV, those is coming through is significant. So you would have grown up on that sort of thing. And not like DVDs. It's like you were before the DVD time for a lot of you guys is what is coming through. This spirit baby could have had a very, very recent past life in the 80s. Or even in the 90s. There could have been someone from your bloodline, from your family that passed away in that time. The 80s and 90s coming through is very significant. They want to use their oracle deck, which is the dream oracle deck. So what else needs to come through for pile 2? We've got transformation. You may be seeing butterflies everywhere. Again, they're poisoned to fairs, like a fun fair where you might get like a face paint. Maybe some of you guys do this, or you just you go to like a lot of events like this. You could have children, and you've got children in your family, your friendship groups. But this child, when they're here, they're gonna love having their face painted. They're gonna try and eat it. There's just, they're mischievous. They want to put everything in their mouth. That's what's coming through. So you got to be careful with, particularly those of you again who like smoking the reefer. Keep that away. All of your like pills or supplements you take, all of that has got to be high up and kept in a cabinet. For a lot of you, is coming through is very, very significant. You may be seeing butterflies everywhere or dragonflies, but when it comes to like, I'm seeing like crayons, chalk, that sort of thing. They're going to be there like trying to eat it. Even when they're like past the toddler age, because they're bringing up a memory in my head of like I had used to have this, like, it was like a cherry flavor or a strawberry flavor, like a not a lipstick, what's it called, like a lip balm. I had that, and one time I was just looking at it in my intrusive thoughts one, and I just bit it and started chewing it. I was like, that's coming through. It's very significant for this pile. What else, Spirit? And also shoving things like up their nose. Or my little brother, he got a peanut stuck once, and we were rushing out the door to go to the hospital, and then he sneezed and it came out. We have flow. You can't control life's events. You can only control how you deal with them. It's easier to go with the flow when life challenges you. Emotions can overflow unless you release them. This is reminding me of like a ballerina. I'm hearing Swan Lake. So maybe some of you guys like watching this sort of thing, but this is what it's reminding me of. You may have recently watched that movie, Swan Lake. Some of you guys could have gone to like ballerina classes when you were younger. And for those of you that be having little girls, they're going to be like interested in things like that gets their body moving. Karate is also coming through. Karate, martial arts. What else? I've also been shown a piano, like piano lessons. They're like moving their body. It's given a Taurus for this pile is what is coming through. We have death. Yeah, it's like a death and rebirth, and a duality is coming through. You see the white again. Like the white and the black, a duality. This is who this soul is. They have a dual nature. They're both the light and the dark, and they're not afraid to step into the dark. They're not afraid to step into the light. And be everything in between. You see how she's about to cut this red string. I'm hearing the red string of fate. So you and this spirit baby, this soul, you were always destined to come back together in this lifetime. They could be born in winter season, or this winter, this Christmas season is very, very significant. Or it will be from whenever you're watching this reading, because it is timeless. You may be seeing repeating twos everywhere, 222. But this soul, they're very tapped into like the cycle of life. And they know that we're only here for a short while. Like we're not like human beings forever. We don't live forever. They're really, really going to enjoy all the pleasures that Mother Earth has to offer. They want to experience it all. They want to try it all. They're most certainly going to be a foodie. But you're going to have to hide your snacks. We have play. Yeah, they're very, very playful. You may be destined to have 2 children in this lifetime. That may be why some of you guys are seeing 2. Or you could already have 2 children and you'll be having 2 more coming through. You may be seeing daisies. And they'll be enjoying doing things like that, like being outside and making daisy chains. They want to be out and about exploring that way and not be stuck in the house. I just saw 117. You could be seeing that angel number everywhere. Manifest. Again, there's like this white and this darkness coming through. So they're balanced. They are in balance when it comes to this soul. You may have to watch them at family gatherings when there's like food. It's just laid out for kids to go out, like picky bits, like all mini pizzas, cakes, that sort of thing. You may have to watch them and keep your eye on them. I can already hear some of you doing it like, I'm watching you, Baba, because they'll just go over and just take everything and be shoving it in. You know, sometimes they'll take a bite of one thing and then they'll leave it there. Go take a bite of something else, they'll leave it there again. That's what's coming through. They want to try different things. What else, Spirit? Let's get some tarot for you for pile 2. We have 6 of Wands. They're going to be very, very successful in their endeavours because they're going to have your support. They're going to have a lot of support when it comes to their tribe, their family. A lot of support. But they're also going to meet their soul tribe for a lot of them at a young age. They can meet their members of their soul family when they're in playgroup for some of them. So this is given like, you know, when two women get pregnant at the same time, because I'm being shown 2 women bump their pregnancy bumps together, and then your children grow up to be besties as well. Is given that they're going to meet certain members of their soul tribe playgroup at school. They could be destined to like meet their person, like be childhood sweethearts. They like cars. Someone likes cars. They could be a natural when it comes to like understanding the mechanics of a car, like an engineer. We have the Hierophant and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I'm seeing all these cups of the support they have and the options that they're often going to have throughout their life. Because they have a lot to offer. They wear many hats is what is coming through with this spirit baby here. It's because of everything they're allowed to do and try out when they're a child. So you could be taking them to different classes where I was seeing all those different extracurricular classes. Like karate, martial arts, piano, ballerina, all these different classes. And now I'm being shown arts and crafts is what is coming through. But they're tapped into their soul. They remember why their soul came here, which is why they're going to be meeting their soul family very, very early on. They're destined to, they're fated to. They're not going to have to walk up those steps from hell and into heaven because of the work that you've done, because of the work that your partner has done. What else, Spirit? That's way too many. Yeah, a lot of you have closed out karmic cycles. You may be seeing 10-10 everywhere. Which gives your children that head start. Because you know what you don't heal in this realm. What you don't heal about yourself, you pass on to your children. You refuse to do that. We have the Three of Cups. Yet they're going to be destined to meet their soul family at a very, very young age. It's very powerful. They have a powerful purpose of shining their light, of just being themselves. That uplifts the consciousness. That does more than people know, just being yourself. There could be like 3 significant friends that they'll have in their lifetime that become family to you as well. So you could be like household where there's always like teenagers in your house. There's always these children in your house. Like you could be the host. I'm hearing the host with the most. Some of you guys can love cooking. Like you're always in the kitchen. You're always cooking. You're always baking. You could be a feeder or a grandparent, which is where this comes from. Their love for food. We have the Fool. Yeah. Most certainly not afraid to take risks. They know they're going to be caught. They know they're going to be held. But they have this divine guidance. So they don't take stupid risks. They're not going to be making loads of different mistakes in their lifetime. Again, because they remember their blueprint. Their soul's blueprint will be activated at a very, very early age. And this is so they can experience all of this magic and wonder that Earth does have to offer. We have a few that have flipped over. We got the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, very, very powerful. Very connected to their heart and to all that is. They're a lover of life, they're a lover of love, and they're a lover of food. Very, very down to earth as well. They could be a Taurus for some of you guys, or they just hold that energy. Very earthly energy, like they're grounding. When you're around them, you feel grounded. Did you want any more from this deck? Yep, one more. Ace of Pentacles, of course. It's that earthly grounded energy that's coming through. Look at the roots. They know where they come from because you're going to teach them this. You're going to be friends as they're growing up. There's not going to be a child who's going to be wanting to like get away with you. Obviously, at some point in their life, they may go through those teen years where they want to be hanging out with their friends more. Then be with the parents, then be with you. But they're always going to be connected to you. They're always going to be returning home. For some of you guys, they may move out at an early age because of their career, because of their purpose. They could be destined to be like some sort of athlete for some of you guys. But they're like, a part of them isn't going to want to leave the home and leave the roots. Wherever they go, when they're traveling, when they're older, they're going to take something of yours with them. They're going to take something from the house with them. I'm just seeing like it's like given like a 16 or 17-year-old that's like going away with their friends for the first time, whatever. And they're kind of like procrastinating and leaving the house. They got their suitcase there. They're like, right, bye mom, bye dad. Bye. But they're walking up the door slowly, and then they just take something off the mantelpiece. So like, I'm taking this. It's always coming through. Let's get an orb for you. Note they want to get messages from this deck here. So what else needs to come through for pile 2? You could always have flowers in your house. Basically, if you've got like company or guests coming over, you go and get fresh flowers. There's like a certain scent that's connected to you, to your home, that they're always like going to smell or want to smell when they're not at home. They could even like take like a top of yours and your partner's when they're going away. And may others may look at them and be like, that's weird. They're like, reminds me of home. We have here a Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Could be seeing the crescent moon everywhere. But yet they're very, very rooted and strong in their body. They're strong in their body. There's something about their physical body that they always want to have it moving. So they're going to be physically healthy, physically strong. They could grow to have very thick, long hair. I'm getting really, really curly hair coming through as well. They're going to love wearing their natural hair in different styles. So like with me, I can have my hair curly, straight, in braids. It's giving that sort of thing. They're going to love to switch up their hair. We have Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. They're going to be moving into their divine mission, again, at a very young age. For some of them, they can even be 14 years old when they realise, like, this is what I came here to do. And when you're going to see it too, everyone else around is going to see it too. And they're going to have this support, like, yeah, this is not just a dream. This is what they came here to do. They have very, very light eyes. There's a lightness that comes from their eyes. That's obviously the soul that is coming through. So even here, you see her eyes are brown. But there's like this lightness that's coming from the eyes. They could have hazel eyes for some of you guys. They're an earth angel. This pile, they're an earth angel. Let's get some messages from this deck here for pile 2. We have acceptance. They've come here to be accepting of who they are and what they want to experience, what they want to try out. They're not afraid of trying things and being like, oh, that's not for me. Oh, this doesn't work out. But again, they're not going to be making a lot of mistakes in their life. They've got their head on them. They've got their head screwed on. You raised them well is what you'll be hearing. Particularly when this child is as early as like 12. You'll be hearing this when they're moving into the teen years. We have here fending. They may be into like, whoops, bash the mic, being outside and digging. So if you're someone who enjoys being in the garden, or like people in your family, they'll be going outside to help them, or they're like watching. They like connecting with Mother Earth because this helps to root them too. This helps to ground them. And the more grounded they are, the more tapped in they are to their soul, to the sun. But again, flowers is coming through as significant. So again, you could wear like a floral perfume, or you just have flowers within your home. You could have like a air freshener or a fragrance that kind of smells very florally. It could be rose, like an organic rose scent is what I'm getting. Some of you guys could have a diffuser and you put this throughout the house, and they grew up on that scent. So they're going to love the scent of flowers. It's a specific flower. And even with this here, the oracle deck you chose for this pile, look, it has like the pink rose on it. So you may be seeing pink roses everywhere connected to this spirit baby. Take one more card. Thank you. We have entanglement. So they have some karma to clear. Obviously, we all do. They have karma to clear that is connected to the heart. I'm seeing this like this part of the brain as the heart, literally the organ. So it's them using their heart and their brain in union soon. And the way that they're going to be raised, this is going to naturally happen. So the karma that's around them, the cloudedness that is around them is going to clear naturally at a very, very young age. But some of you guys, you could be healers yourself, like Reiki healing, shamanic healing. You could be prayer warriors. So this is going to lift naturally as they are growing up. It's going to be cleared out, the karma, at a very, very young age. Because again, they need to be coming into their purpose at a young age. There's something significant about their hair. They're going to have a lot of hair. So those of you that are women, you could experience heartburn when this child is growing in the womb. They could love to have their hair like in braids, in ponytails, in a plait, to have like cornrows. We have Archangel, Failure, the angels of animals with an angel of love. So you may be seeing golden orbs everywhere. Literally looks like it's on fire. But this is who this soul is. They're very, very fiery. They're very feisty. But again, I feel like that part of their personality is going to be activated when they're in their teen years. But I just keep being shown like a mother and a child in the kitchen, and you're like, that's mine. And you're pointing to like, it's some sort of treat. It looks like chocolate. It looks like a brownie. And the child's like, why? Why can't it be mine? Why can't I have it? What else, Spirit? So you could be that way inclined where you don't like sharing your food, and maybe like your partner had to teach you like to share your food, and then this child's going to teach you even more. We have, because they're just going to take it, we have Archangel, Perliamic and Melchizedek. You could also be seeing white orbs that look like this at the corner of your eye or in photos that you were taking. I want to get some signs. So what spirit baby signs may pile 2 be seeing? You have bluebird. You could have certain bluebirds that are native to where you live. When I was traveling, I was in Canada a few years ago. They had these bluebirds that had like there's like another part of the head. I don't know what they were called, but they were blue. I've never seen that bird before or heard of it before. So when I saw them in Canada, I was just staring. What else, spirit? We have symptoms. So pregnancy symptoms is coming through. You guys may be put off by certain foods that you love when you were pregnant. I'm getting like a no. So when this child's here and they love those foods, you'll be like, well, you didn't like that in the womb, so why did they like it now? Is what is coming through. So maybe some of you guys are even going to be put off by like sugar or sweet treats while you are pregnant. We have baby clothes. So maybe already getting ready and purchasing some baby clothes to this new little one. What else, spirit? When they choose to dress themselves, you know, when they're in that stage and they want to pick out their own clothes, they may always go for a lot of black. You may notice and be like, is my toddler emo? Why do they keep going for black clothes? That's coming through as significant. We have bumblebees, which are connected to a very high vibration. You may be seeing hearts like this. Some of you guys could be big lovers of honey, like raw honey. We have, you may make, you know, to prevent getting like colds and flu, or when it's like flu season, you may make your own tonic, like a healing tonic, and it could have honey within it, ginger, turmeric can be shown, some other like roots within it. We have the dragonfly you may be seeing. This is connected to transformation, but also the ancient coding of Mother Earth that this child is very much tapped into. We have hearts. Get a few more. Thank you. We have a cat. So some of you guys could have cats, like a black cat. Maybe this is why this child is picking up black clothes for some of you guys. Because they're like very, very fond of the cat, and a part of them wants to like look like the cat. We have here the stork. I love seeing the stork in a spirit baby reading. Positive omen here. So you may be seeing pictures or images of the stork everywhere. We have baby ads. So you may be seeing certain baby ads just popping up, particularly when you're on your phone, when you're scrolling, when you're on social media. And then we got the sunflower. Again, I love seeing the sunflower in a spirit baby reading. So you got 2 powerful omens of this child coming through, of them incarnating. I'm hearing, here comes the sun. Doo -doo -doo -doo. Let's get 1 card. We have child magical, of course. Very, very grounded. They're very tapped into Mother Earth and all the elements. You see these flowers on the floor. They look like, they're like mini sunflowers, but they are dandelions. So again, it's that wish and that prayer being answered. For this power, I feel like these children will be coming through soon. Sooner rather than later, I'm hearing. For some of you guys, it could be as soon as 4 weeks. For others of you, it's going to be 4 months. You could be feeling very, very drawn to the colours green and also to gold. Again, this child's going to want to experiment when it comes to their hair. So when they're older, they may like have different colours in their hair. They could have different colours that are like weaved or braided into their hair, is what is also coming through as significant there. We'll pile 2. Let's get 1 card. We have inner child, hear and know me. They're going to be very, very healing for you, for your inner child. And for the other people around them. Like the other adults within your family. I'm even getting children in your family who are kind of, the age of 12 is coming through significant. Like around that age, this child is going to bring a lot of colour and a lot of joy to their life. There could be a child that's within your family, like a cousin to you, that's going to be very close with your child. I can see them holding hands, like going everywhere together for some of you. But you may be finding feathers and feeling the angelic presence of your spirit baby around you. Because with the energy of this soul, they can come around you and give you a hug and you would feel it. They're going to be big on like the love language of physical touch. So just going to get 1 card from this deck. Okay, we've got 2. We have Exercising and moving your body is going to remove stuck energy and make you feel so good again. Don't forget to have fun while you're doing it. Yeah, they're going to love to be moving their body, and they'll get you moving. And you need to be doing this for a lot of you to assist you in conception. Get your body moving more, and ground to yourself, ground to your body, to your root specifically. You may need to see some healing or just connecting with your root chakra. We have talked to your inner child like you talk to me. Little you needs some attention. And for some of you guys, you may just need to visit your inner child in meditation and connect with your inner child and let them know like you're trying to conceive. Because having a baby or having another child, that's a big external reality shift. And sometimes we forget you need to make sure your inner child is on board, because they can be causing like a little bit of a block. It could be coming from fear, like a nervousness, because it is nerve-wracking. As much as it's exciting having a child, it's also very, very nerve-wracking. But I've seen like there's going to be a child in your family. It's a bit older. This could be your child. They're going to be two peas in a pod, always holding hands. Always sharing food. Your child will share food with this child, with this person. Maybe not with you, but they want your food. But also the messages coming through for pile 2. I do hope that resonated with somebody out there. If you want a personal spirit baby reading, my information is in the description below. But I'll see you in another video. Okay, pile 3. Those of you who chose this crystal egg here, we're going to hop right into your reading. So for this pile, I'm getting hair puller. When they're a baby, they're going to be yanking on anything they can grab at what is coming through firstly, and how they're going to be mischievous. They're going to be a hair puller. But now I'm being shown like a couple, a mum and dad. So you're like sitting on the sofa chilling. You could be like cuddling up. Whenever you're showing each other physical attention and you're expressing yourself about how much you love each other, like cuddling, kissing, touching, that sort of thing. When this baby sees it, particularly when they're like a toddler and they can talk, they're going to be going like, ooh, that sort of thing. And I'm hearing K-I-S-S-I-N-G is coming through. It's very, very significant. So this pile, they're giving up a bit of like a wind-up merchant. Like they know how to push your buttons, but they're doing it in a funny way. We have here, the sign is a white dove, many birds flutter above. Look out for feathers during many different weathers. An ugly duckling to a swan, I know your path has been long. Soon our souls will reunite. This is one opportunity that won't pass you by. Be ready at the strike of midnight. Cinderella could be significant. You could be seeing the cartoon everywhere. Or seeing people just talking about Cinderella. There's something about that name, Cinderella, is coming through as significant. This could be a nickname of yours, what you were called, because you may well have been an ugly duckling to a swan. I'm also hearing rags to riches. So you could have started from nothing, because I'm now hearing a song by Drake. Started at the bottom, now we're here. And you've like raised yourself up. You pulled yourself up as what is coming through. I'm hearing clapping. You could be hearing clapping coming from your spirit baby, coming from the spirit world. You may be seeing white doves everywhere as well, and white feathers. What else, spirit? But they're going to be very, very affectionate. They're going to be big on being very expressive in that way. They won't be afraid of like kissing and cuddling and wanting to hold hands with other children that are their age. So I think you'll have to watch out for that, because they'll just go up to other kids and like hug them. And you know, some kids, they're a bit standoffish, like what is happening? So you'll be watching them on that. But they're going to be very, very expressive. We have here, bow and arrow, mummy and daddy are my target. Certain I'll hit that bullseye. God gave me the nod, it's go time. You're about to align. Look out for the baby on board sign. Love and lust are in the air. Union has been declared. So this spirit baby got you and your partner together on the other side. They're so proud of that. They're clapping again. They keep clapping. Clapping is coming through as significant. I'm hearing, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Duh, duh. So you could literally be hearing clapping. You'll be like, am I going insane? Because there could be nobody else in the house. That's your spirit baby. They were a cupid. To you and your partner, they were a cupid. This is how they're going to be mischievous though when they're here earthside, because I'm being shown like parent trap. So if there's anyone around you, I'm getting like aunties and uncles that are single, like this child will be trying to set them up with other adults is what is coming through. And at first they won't understand it. So they could be like, oh, well, you're not married and you're not married, and this is going to be like relatives in the family. Why don't you get married? Like that sort of thing is coming through is significant. And I've been shown that trend of, you know, when people are doing this trend now where you put gospel music over your toddler having a tantrum. That's coming through as significant. So maybe you guys would do that sort of thing, or maybe when your toddler is having a tantrum and it's got to the point where you've like tried to settle them down, they're not listening, they're just doing it now just to do it. You could put on like some sort of music that you know each time that gets them to stop, or they can't continue doing the tantrum because they wanna dance to the music. But this is that kind of toddler where they could be having a tantrum at the same time while doing something else. So like while they're dancing, while they're eating. I'm also being shown a child who's in their high chair and they're like eating, but they're also dozing off at the same time. So they'll be doing these kinds of things. We have here mesmerizing eyes, sees through people's lies, a hint of blue, whatever the hue, big pools of brown, a warming grey. When I first saw mummy, my soul knew, for in me I see you, chest to chest, being close to your skin is best. We bond like gel, everyone around can tell. I am so loved, a gift from above. This can also be that child who pushes your partner away or anyone else away when you're hugging them for too long is what is coming through. So you're allowed to be physically affectionate with other people. When you're doing it too long, they're like, okay, that's my mummy, or that's my daddy, and then they'll push that person away. And basically if you pick up another baby, I'm getting, oh no, that's not going to go down well. When you pick up another child or baby and show them affection, they're like, it's like a heartbreak. They could actually do that, but like, and hold their heart. Did you want one more? No. So they want to move on to your oracle deck, which is the sacred medicine for this pile, for pile 3. That was quick. When they're saying the hair pulling, they're bringing through an innuendo. Because I'm hearing daddy likes to do that too. So that's coming through for somebody. We have here two-spirit diversity. They're very tapped into both their masculine and their divine feminine side. You guys could be seeing rainbows everywhere as a sign. You could be from the LGBTQ community when it comes to this pile for some of you. So you may be using like a donor or IVF in order to bring your spirit baby through. Some of you guys could be big on wearing protective jewelry. Like you never leave your house unless you're wearing protective jewelry. This could be an evil light amulet, or it could be another form of amulet that you've had charged or you've prayed over yourself that represents protection. Some of you guys, you could wear a necklace of like a shark's tooth. Maybe this is your partner. You could be, I'm hearing like a surfer dude. You could be a surfer girl or a surfer dude is what is coming through. Some of you guys could live near the sea, or you have dreams of being near the sea, near the beach. You could be from Australia or like parts of the UK that are on the coast. I'm hearing the West Coast. What is that like from the US? And then we have here birch tree, humility. The sun is coming into your life. You're going to have a few blessings coming in at once when it comes to this pile, when it comes to your spirit baby. It's not just your spirit baby that's going to be the blessing. There's going to be other things coming in at once. And with the rainbow, they got me staring at the rainbow that's also on the front of the box. So you will be seeing rainbows everywhere. But this child is going to be a miracle. They could be a rainbow baby. For some of you, you could have had a loss before this child has come through, like a miscarriage. They could also be like from in the past when you were younger where you had an abortion. And it could be the same soul that is coming through. We have dark spirit, moon, void. They could be due to be given. They could be due to be given birth. You could be due to be given birth, or this child will be coming through at night time. And you may be seeing and sensing and feeling a lot of spirit animals around you. You could come from a country where you have like a lot of native animals. Indigenous animals, I'm hearing, that aren't boring, like in the UK. Like the UK, like what do we actually have here? What's an interesting animal we have in the UK? Peacocks, deer. But where you're from, you have a lot of interesting wildlife and animals is what is coming through, and this spirit baby is going to be pointing at them when they see them. I'm being shown you like going on a safari. But you're driving through a nature reserve, but you have to drive through. So there could be bears or like wolves, like mountain lions, that sort of thing. And then we have here, can't say the first part, walk in a good way, realign, walk in a good way. The spirit baby is on the other side assisting you and walking along your yellow brick road path so you get to them. They're this eagle. They're guiding you so you get to this sun, and you know this. You've been feeling them around you for a lot of you guys for a good decade. And at first, like the way your spirit baby came around you could have been similar to me, where I was sensing my spirit baby around me, and I started to hear spirit baby, but I'd be having dreams of my child and having these visions, and I knew intuitively like this was my child, this was a future child that would be coming through me. And then I started to Google and research what is a spirit baby when this first started happening to me. You guys, this could have been like the same thing you did, and then maybe you went on YouTube and put in spirit baby, and all these spirit baby readings started coming up. I'm hearing there's more now. There wasn't when you first woke up to this and you woke up to this connection. There's more information on this now than there was when you first woke up. So again, it's given like it's happened to you. Could be 6 years ago, but like a decade ago. You've been on a long journey home to yourself, and you're almost there. What else, Spirit? I can smell biscuits. Someone could be eating biscuits. This could be a favourite of this spirit baby when they're here. And you know, like they're called the rusk, the big fat baby biscuits, the round ones, the circle ones. That I'm seeing them eating those. I can smell it. You may even make your own versions of like the baby foods. We have here winged one, trust, because I'm hearing organic. Like you want it to be organic. You're being led to the sun. Look at that. They said you're almost there, so you've been walking along, and now you're right there. You're underneath the sun. And this hummingbird is here too. And they vibrate at a very, very high vibration, a very high frequency. I'm hearing pollinate. Some of you guys could have issues with like your allergies. Or maybe you did this year, or you notice that you will right before this spirit baby comes through. That's also your body purging. It's your body getting rid of stuff. But they're saying to trust and have the faith. We have here eagle feather soar. Eagles are coming through is very significant. You may be seeing eagles everywhere. This could be a bird that's like native to where you live, the eagle. You may be finding feathers that are white and brown, or maybe they're a mix of white and brown. You guys could do a lot of cleansing and saging or using Palo Santo when it comes to yourself. You could be connected to a native bloodline, indigenous bloodline. You could use certain practices to cleanse your aura and your energy field that involves tobacco, using tobacco. Also an egg, and being shown an egg cleanse. Or this is what you need to do to assist you in your fertility, to assist you in aligning with the spirit baby coming through Earthside. And those of you that are stressing, if you're using like IVF, it's going to help you to cleanse your energy field. We have mosaic pieces. This spirit baby is, when they're here, Earthside, they are going to like a tantrum. I don't know why I'm laughing. You have to laugh. This is what it is. Like the energy coming from you and your partner is like, we have to laugh or we're going to cry along. There's going to be a certain stage. It's given like the terrible twos, but that's literally what they're going to be. The stereotypical toddler. A terrible twos is what is coming through. But the way you deal with it is very inventive, and it's very, very funny. This child is going to have a lot of character. A lot of character. Because of your personalities, you and your person, but like how you merge when you come together, how you work together. I'm hearing tag team, like you're going to tag team when you have to like deal with this child when they are acting up is what is coming through. You just have each other's backs, because you know you have like some couples and some parents, like mum will say no and then dad will come along and say yes. Like you're not going to be doing that. If one of you say no, you're both saying no is what is coming through. Your friends first as well. I'm getting in your connection when it comes to your partner, your friends first. Some of you guys could be raising like a child. You could have gone down like the single mother route or a single father route, because you know you want children, so you could have used like a surrogate or a sperm donor. But you could be raising your children like with your family, or you're just very, very close knit with your friends, so they become family. You may be seeing hearts everywhere. Some of you guys could have like mosaic, these kinds of things within your home, and you know you hang them like near the window and they make beautiful shapes around your home. You could have this within your home, and maybe you were drawn to buying it and you knew it's because your spirit baby liked it. For some of you guys, it may not be a heart, it could be some sort of bird, it could be a hummingbird that you have on this. I want to get an orb for you. I'm going to get an orb for pile 3. We have Archangel Uriel. This is going to be, for a lot of you, your spirit baby's overseeing archangel. We all have an overseeing archangel. It's going to be Archangel Uriel. They're very tapped into sacred knowledge and wisdom and the book. They're showing me the Akashic records. So they could have a purpose of being able to tune into other people's Akashic records and see where other people's souls have been before. Like tune into your past lives. That sort of spiritual ability. But you may be seeing yellow or golden orbs like this. Some of you guys could be seeing a shooting star right before this child is conceived, a shooting star. They are going to be the faith restored when it comes to this child. I just keep being shown the reels of the gospel music that's playing over toddlers having a tantrum. We have Archangel Zadkiel's energy moving towards the sun to absorb some of the energy. You're right there. You're close to the sun. That's the spirit baby coming through. You could be destined to have a son, and you've always known this. Some of you guys could be 38. You may be seeing orbs when you're out and about, when you're out in nature, and be visited by these elemental souls. So pixies, fairies, elves. How else will this spirit baby, the pile 3, be mischievous? We have Kafumi, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. They could throw things. It could be a thrower. When I was younger and I used to have tantrums, I used to have this little set of a red desk and little red plastic chairs in my room. And when I got told to stay in my room and don't come out because I've been naughty, I used to like scream and dash the chairs at the wall. And these chairs and this table would come apart. You could undo the legs of the chair and you like dash them at the wall. That's coming through is significant, that they're putting that memory in my head. Your child may be like the same way inclined, like a thrower, when they're not getting their way. You may be seeing the unk everywhere. I'm hearing somebody say like, we don't do that in this house. We don't throw things in this house. So you'll be teaching them to respect their things and respect themselves. Because when they're having a tantrum, they're flinging themselves around. And I'm hearing someone being like, not my child. Not my child. So you're going to be nipping it in the bud very, very early on. What else, Spirit? You might be seeing snakes, like dreaming of golden snakes. Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. You're going to be doing a mix of gentle parenting and old school parenting. Gentle parenting and old school parenting. You're going to be doing a mix. You won't be using the belt, but you may need to get it out. You won't be using it, but you may need to show it and get the belt out, is what is coming through is significant. But you're going to listen and tune in because you understand that when they're having a tantrum, they're frustrated. There's something that they can't express. There's something that they can't say yet. Maybe they can't talk properly yet, which is why they're having the tantrum. So you're going to be tuning into them. You're going to be their nervous system. You're going to be their calm is what is coming through. And this, again, it's not going to be like all the time. It's going to be during like the terrible twos is coming through is significant. 1.5 I'm hearing for some of you. Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. It's given that you guys have done the work and you are wearing your anointing. You are wearing your crown, your holy crown, your holy light. And you're like, I didn't come here to break all these generational curses. To have my child coming through being spoiled or acting like a brat. So you're going to be very, very big on your child being raised in respect, but also being tapped in and tuned into themselves. You want your child to be connected to their heart and to their nervous system. You could have been like this when you were a child. You could have been a wild child. And you could have been one of those children that had to be on a leash is what is coming through. So it's like you're starting to see parts of yourself, traits of who you were at that age in your child. You're like, oh, okay, no. So like you're trying to remember and tune into your inner child and be like, okay, why was I acting like that? Why was I acting crazy? Why did I act out? And for some of you guys, it could have been because you were raised in like dysfunction or you could have had abuse. But if others of you, it could have been different reasons. Maybe you just did that because you knew if you did that, you would get your way. So you're tuning into who you were at that age. For some of you guys, this could be your partner to understand your child more, your baby more. Because obviously you don't want them to be in that energy, but it's natural as a toddler, as a child. There's a lot going on with them. They're growing and they have like a lot of aches and pains. Like we forget that when you like go through teething, obviously you don't remember that as a baby, but then we lose our baby teeth again, they fall out. That whole process, it hurts, particularly when you've got a tooth. It's like clinging on for dear life and it wants to come out, like you just want to yank it out. We forget all that pain. You forget like the pain it feels when your bones are literally growing, you're getting taller, like the ache and the pain within the bone level. I can still remember that today. So they're going through a lot, and this is what you understand. But you're like still tantrums and throwing yourself about. That's not going to be tolerated in this household. What else, Spirit? Get a few cards from this deck. We have Coming Home. You're going to teach them to come home to themselves and to be part of a community. They're going to have a lot of friends. It's given. They could have a lot of cousins. There might be a lot of kids within your family. They're going to have a lot of other children around them. And you're going to like these friends. You're going to make sure they pick their friends well. You don't want them bringing home any riffraff or any children who like are bad-mouthed or act bad and then trying to pull them into that energy. You're not having that. But it's also given like what you're going to teach them, how to come into their calm, how to center themselves. They're going to be teaching other children how to do this. You could notice that when you're teaching them this, they're going to be like doing Zen with other kids. Like if they go to a childminder or a play group, they'll be doing this because I'm being shown like photos taken and sent to you. Well, this is just when they're in school, when they're in the early years, like when they're like in the UK, they go to school at around 5 and it's reception. It's given because I'm being shown a little baby with their hand on another baby's chest, like just breathe, it's okay. So you could be getting like the teachers telling you like this is what they did today. We have acceptance and ancestors. Yeah, so they're going to know their roots. You're going to make sure they're going to be very proud and have a lot of honor of where they come from and how they got here. So again, for some of them, it could be through like IVF, sperm donor, that sort of thing. And you're not going to keep that truth from them. For others of you, they could be adopted or fostered. And again, you won't be keeping this truth from them. There's a lot of animal spirits around you, like the stag. You could be seeing deers and the stag everywhere. Some of you guys could be seeing lambs everywhere, like baby lambs. And that's a positive omen when it comes to like spirit baby readings. But also when you're trying to conceive, when you're seeing lambs, because they're connected to rebirth. They're connected to that spring. So you stepping into that rebirth, that energy of yourself. Let's get a few messages on this deck here. We have the 10 of Cups. They're coming in and they're coming in fast for a lot of you guys. Again, the rainbow, very, very significant. You will have your wish fulfillment. Your children are coming through. They're destined to be born, to be raised by you. Again, you could be 2 women for some of you guys. And I keep getting the message of it isn't not for all of you that you're in a romantic connection. You could be 2 friends that are raising your children together. It may be like with both of you, your marriages fell apart, or it's just, I'm hearing the baby dads. You had enough of dealing with the issues from the baby dad, so you're choosing to like raise your children together for some of you. For others of you, you're going to have that wish fulfillment in terms of your family home. You're going to get that home you've always visualized, you always wanted. For some of you, since you was a child yourself, the Fool, yes. You're going to get your wish fulfillment, a prayer answer that's coming in, it's coming in fast. Amethyst crystal could be very significant. That card came out for you and she's holding the amethyst crystal there. What else, Spirit? We have the Devil, and you've got the death and rebirth at the bottom of the deck. You've closed out a karmic cycle that could have had you in bondage. It's given ancestry. There was something within your ancestral bloodline. You pulled it off. You pulled it off the back of yourself and your ancestors. You freed yourself. You could have noticed after you closed out this karmic cycle that your hair was growing. Some of you guys could have suffered from alopecia. Or maybe it was the stress of being like the black sheep and a generational curse breaker. You could have noticed like your hair was falling out and now it's growing back and it's all luscious and thick. Or this could be like that postpartum hair loss that some of you guys experience, but you'll be having the opposite, because some women, they don't experience that. They actually have like more growth and their hair looks more healthier and glossier than it ever was before. There's something significant about the hair coming through. This spirit baby could also have a lot of hair on their head. What else, Spirit? Some of you guys or your partner could have tattoos here on the chest. And some sort of like tribal tattoo on the arm, but then also could have a sleeve. Someone could have a sleeve. We have strength. Yeah, you are that strength. I'm being shown like a warrior that's riding a horse. And it's at night. It's dark. It's at night and you're riding a horse. You are this warrior. You've been this warrior in past lives. You came here in this lifetime to finish it. The lamb. I only just realised the lamb. Baby lamb on this card. So again, you may be seeing the lamb everywhere. Your lamb's about to be coming through. Your cub, your baby is about to be coming through. Again, the hair is significant. I feel like you're about to have a lot of hair growth. Or maybe this has been happening already recently. You could be seeing the infinity symbol everywhere. Someone's got tattoos on their arms. The number 8 could also be significant. Yeah, the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Cups. You walked away, you closed out a karmic cycle, and now you're moving into your wish fulfillment. You're choosing your peace, you're choosing you. I want to get some spirit baby signs for you. So for pile 3, we got red, which is the root chakra. You're choosing your stability. That's what it is. You want to make sure you have that stable, secure foundation and household for your child. We've got lion. So lions and Leo season is significant. We've got the lion coming through on the strength card there. We have fairies. So maybe seeing fairies or just connecting to this very like a magical wonder. This energy of wonder. You could be feeling it too. That's what I was feeling. And a mischievousness, because again, that is human nature. We have here the sunflower. So maybe seeing sunflowers everywhere. You or like a neighbor could have these big tall sunflowers in their garden, like in the front garden. We have daisy. Maybe seeing daisies everywhere. This could be a name some of you guys have in mind if you were to have a little girl. We got mermaids. And the seahorse. You could be seeing the seahorse sign. We have stars, the crescent moon and stars. Some of them flew over here. We've got, of course, the dandelion. This is the prayer, the wish answered. Your wishes are coming true, I'm hearing. We have daydreams. So you may be having daydreams and visions of your spirit baby. Maybe you're just passing off visions as daydreams. But no, this is actually your spirit baby coming around you, visiting you. You're seeing them with your spiritual eye, your third eye, with your clairvoyance. But you could be having like daydreams of what your future is going to look like when this child comes through. Pay attention to that. And particularly if it's the same thing that keeps coming up, because that's a vision. You're having a waking vision. And we have superheroes, and that's flown out with frog. This spirit baby sees you as a superhero. They've been watching you pull yourself up to a higher frequency, watching you choose yourself. They see you as this. The frog is connected to fertility. And also, you know that saying, you have to kiss like a through frogs to get to your prince? It's like you're getting that happy ending. You're getting that prince. So you become that knight in shining armor for yourself. You don't want this one. Okay. They just want one card from this deck here. And we're going to close out the reading with pile 3. We have 2 cards. Mother Earth, grounding and support. And that is flown out with priorities. If I can pick it up. Building blocks for life. Look, you could be seeing orbs like this that kind of see-through. This is your spirit baby, like a holy white light. Or when you're taking pictures of yourself, you could be like seeing and sensing your aura around you. And it could be like this pure white colour. But look, you've got the rainbow again. So you'll be seeing the rainbow everywhere. That sign is connected to your spirit baby. But you've got your priorities straight. You put yourself first. You chose yourself. Some of you guys could have walked away from like domestic violence kind of situation in your past. Or again, this could have been like a dysfunction within your family, within your bloodline. You were like, no, that's not for me. I choose this holy light. I choose this golden energy. That's the energy I want to be in. I choose my heaven on earth. And I just want to get one card for the collective for pile 3. We have talk to your inner child like you talk to me. Little you needs some attention. So they want you connecting to your inner child. You can journey to your inner child and go to your inner child in meditation. Some of you guys could use automatic writing as a form to connect with your inner child, or this is what your spirit baby wants you to do. Like you tap in and go into meditation, you ask your inner child a question and you just kind of allow the answer to come through. And for them to, your higher self, but your inner child to move through your hand, move through the pen. You can also do this with your spirit baby. Some of you guys may already do that. Like I write automatic writing poems. Like the poems that I say in the beginning. I channel those from the spirit baby realm. I feel like a lot of you guys have this ability. You may already practice this already. Some of you could be big on journaling and like writing diaries. You may have done this from when you were a child or a teenager. And you may be about to be finding It may not be the whole diary. It may be a page of a journal or diary that you wrote when you were younger. It's going to make you laugh. That's coming through is significant for someone. It's also going to have a sign in. Like, that's how long you've been tapped into your spirit, baby. Maybe you hadn't even realized. But I'm hearing everything is a divine orchestration. Everything is a divine orchestration, down to like if a child is going to be conceived and born from like their biological parents, whether like a surrogate, a sperm donor is involved, whether a child is adopted or fostered, it's all a divine orchestration. And if that child is already born, if they're already here, for those of you that will be adopting or fostering in the future, it's their higher self, it's the soul of this child that is calling out to you, that you know you're supposed to be meeting this soul, this child in this lifetime. But that's all the messages coming through for pile 3. I do hope that resonates with somebody out there. If you would like a personal reading, my website is in the description below. But I'll see you in another video.